Wonderful to see you all. Wonderful to see you in person. This is super special today, and it is a safe place that we open up for you to raise your vibration, to work on our inner work, and it's our hour of self-care, where every Sunday we come together at the same time and we take this moment to slow down, be present, and here we can receive the tools that resonate with us. Every session is unique and different, and you have the opportunity to go back and listen to them, watch them, revisit them on the YouTube channel. And I know Wouter is really good at dropping the link in case you would like it for later. Today, Mimi, it's an honor to introduce you. I have grown to really appreciate your sessions. You lead with your heart, and I hand it over to you. We look forward to your session today.
Thank you very much. I love you. I love you. I love this family, and I know this is a safe space, and I always like to share with you guys my experiences, and I hope you can take a little bit of this and put it into practice and become a better version of yourself and also have a better life. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see it. Okay. So we're going to talk about how to escape survival mode. The first thing is to identify, right? So I'm going to give you some examples of myself on when do I, how do I detected that I was on a survival mode. Then we will see how that survival mode does to your body, and probably you can raise your hand at that point to see if one of those things that happened to me has happened to you. And then we will have discuss ways to eliminate those survival modes, and we will do an exercise to think, and you will have to think about one specific thing that makes you go into survival mode, and then after that we will do a meditation. Okay, so basically when you are in survival mode, either you want to run, to hide, or just to be alone, right? You don't want to try. So what happened to me in the past is what, as an individual, was that I was having I was having anxiety. I was feeling exhausted, even though I was sleeping more than 8 hours. Then my life used to look like a movie in which every day I was repeating myself all over again with the same routine, the same feelings, the same loneliness. And then I was using distractions to avoid the feeling, mainly watching TV, escaping myself from everyone, sitting in my room alone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was feeling depression. All those things were started to have a toll on myself. So I started to have to get sick. Then I was sleeping too much. Then I was not able to sleep, and then I just wanted to run away. I wasn't feeling comfortable anywhere, right? So as an individual, that was something I experienced in the past years. With my family, well, I was irritated all the time, and distant myself from my family, and my family and myself are very, very, very united. So I grew up with my cousins and my aunts and my family. We used to see each other during weekends, have lovely meals, play cards, play many things, and chat. And at this point, I was irritated. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I had short, reactive conversations with everyone. If my best was saying yes, maybe no, or I don't want to talk about it right now, right? I closed myself. And I was avoiding quality time with them, which is something I used to love. So I was not in my best life. No? And at work, the stress was dominating because I've been always competitive. So I always have jobs that push me to the roof. No? That well, I always try to be on places in which I'm challenged and I can contribute more. And then I put myself into big goals and objectives. And then my urgency was dominating because I wasn't able to reach the targets. I was in constant pressure and fear. I was feeling the pressure of failure. I was doing reactive decisions rather than stop and think what was happening and doing the right questions like what is happening, how did I get here, no? What do I need to do to fix it, and put the roadmap in place in order to fix the issues. So reactive decisions were leading to bad decisions who were leading to failure. So at work, instead of going to success, I was going to failure. So these three elements in my life were bad. No? And I don't know if you guys have experienced survival mode, but it's really, really, really difficult to see it, no? To understand that you are in a survival mode and to stop and to think what to do next. No? What were the consequences of me being in a survival mode? Well, my health was a mess. So survival mode can cause issues in all over your body, your heart, cardiovascular strain, chronic release stress of hormones that weaken your immune system, you have muscle tensions and pain, you have digestive issues, you cannot sleep after you sleep a lot, no? You get depressed, you feel old and older than what you currently are, no? And you are not living your best life and you are losing yourself in this survival mode. So how to survive when you are in a survival mode and succeed and have a better life? Well, another consequence, sorry, it's emotionally, I was broken and my relationships were really bad. You feel emotionally disconnected. You get into misunderstandings with your closest ones. You don't trust anyone, and then you are bad. No? Another consequences that I forgot was you feel you create well you kill your dreams, because if you are, for example, in a bad place and you have a really great job, you do everything without knowing to screw it up. And then if you have a good relationship and you're in survival mode, you sometimes run from good people, no? And you are reactive rather than happy, so your life is a mess. And before I joined this community, my life was a whole mess, a really, really, really bad mess. So the first thing is to be aware. If you are aware that you are in survival mode, you can release, you can create, and then you are free. Once you are aware, you start doing things that will help you out to release that survival mode. First things that I learned, and I learned within this group, are things that make me feel better, which is eat well, exercise, meditate, breathing exercises, and become part of a community that brings you up instead of bringing you down, with no judgment, in a safe environment, like the environment that we have currently here. The second thing that I did was to ask the right questions, which was how I arrived here. What is the thing that is causing me to be on a survival mode? And then start to tackle little by little all of those things that were making me feel on a survival mode. And take action, right? Creates my life. So the first thing was my first value was family. My family was broken, but I wasn't able to create a life for myself on that broken family, with that broken family. Sorry, can you see my screen? Yeah. With that broken family, without fixing myself. So the first thing was to step back, but conscious that I was in a survival mode. Then look into what were the things that were causing my stress, my anxiety, and then start working towards avoiding the stress and anxiety to be able to do my roadmap of the life I wanted, right? And after identifying the things that were causing my survival mode, put in practice some things that will help me out to reach the goal. With my family was to have a family that was united back to my happy place. With my work was to identify actually if I was doing what I wanted to do, and then looking into ways to reach the place I wanted to be at, no? And the society or community I wanted to reach at, and set goals, small goals, and then go bigger. No? First small steps, small goals, and then go bigger. And with my health, the first thing was, I know I'm sick, but I haven't done my job. I haven't gone to the doctor to do the analysis to what's going on in my body because I know it's a mess. So I went to the doctor, and then they saw all the issues that I had in my body, and then I went to meditation, and then I learned with Joe Dispenza how to identify those fears that were causing issues, and then I somehow helped my body. Obviously, I also took medicine in order to heal. So I was aware, I released my fear, I started to create, and now I have freedom, and I'm still my freedom is under construction, but it's much better than I was when I joined you a few 4 years ago. So the techniques that normally work better for me are breath work to calm my nervous system, mindfulness and meditation, gratitude practice every day, and most important, movement and exercise. And in that sense, I want to say there's no excuse for not to move. No, I currently I have a full-time job in a really high position that takes a lot of time from myself. No, although I try not to overstep between family time, personal time, and work time. Normally, it happens. So instead of being able to go to the gym every day, I end up working, right? So I found an alternative, which is doing laundry, which makes me go 3 floors up above my house to do the laundry, carrying all the clothing and going back. And I have lost weight. And I'm looking forward to do the laundry, for example, things that I used to pass to someone else in the past, like I have someone who help you out with the laundry, for example. Now I know I can exercise doing laundry. I do the laundry on the way I like it, and I exercise. And the gratitude exercise for me is the best, because the first thing I see during my weekend is, today we have this session. So as soon as this session finishes, I look forward to the next Sunday. Why? Because I'm so grateful for this community. I'm so grateful for everything I have learned as part of the community from each one of you guys. And what I want is to give back. No? So this is the reason why this type of topics are on my heart, because for me, every time I see myself going to survival mode, it's like I go back to this safe space and I'm like, okay, what would Master Trent would do? Or what Vivian would do? Or what Jenny would do? Or what Walter would do? And then I become aware again. And once I become aware, I start little by little, no? Okay, this helped me in the past, and that helped me in the past. Then I can put together a roadmap again and leave that survival mode in order for me to be able to become a better version of myself, and at the same time being happy and live a happy life. Sometimes I get moody and I cannot speak. You have seen me like that, no? But sometimes I just go back to my gratitude place and I see your faces and I feel your energy, and then that makes me feel better. So this is just an introduction for you to see if you are currently in a survival mode, and to try to be aware of what is the thing that is triggering you on a survival mode, and then see how can we change that survival mode to a plan in order for you to leave behind the survival mode. And believe me, I think I was programmed from the time I was born with my family how to be on survival mode for everything. Like it was a huge family, no money, and then you had to fight to eat. Let's put it that way. So 7 brothers and sisters, one meal. If you are not there, you will be fighting to eat and to survive. Things like that. So I'm trying to change that, because I know that survival mode is not good for anyone. Not good for you, not good for the people that is around you. And it's not the person I want to be, and I don't think you are is the person that you want to be either, no? So the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to pause, which is the first thing we have to do when we are in survival mode, and reflect. No? So what I ask you to do is to identify one area in which you think you are in survival mode. Examples: you are worried about money, the money is not enough, no? You feel disconnected from your partner or your family, or you have an opportunity, no? And then you doubt yourself and you think you are not good enough to reach that potential. And for some or any other reason that you think is causing you to go on survival mode, which is try to escape, hide, or disconnect from everyone, no? Not to try. So you have 5 minutes to try to identify what is it that is causing you to go on survival mode.
Mimi, could you leave the slide?
Sure. Now, I know you are still working, but if you are talking about money, let's shift from scarcity to opportunity. So if not having enough money puts you into survival mode, instead of saying, I cannot afford this, change it with, how can I create more income on resources? So in this way, you are going to reprogram your brain to look for solutions. So if you are talking about disconnected from your partner or self-doubting yourself, also find a way to write down this specific topic in a different way to put it from disconnection to reaching the connectivity, or to self-confidence rather than self-doubting. If you have your idea, now it's time for you to close your eyes and be aware of the issue that caused you to go to survival mode. And ask yourself, when did I start living this way? What fear drives it? And now it's time for us to start our guided meditation to break free from survival mode. Sit comfortably. If you have done so, close your eyes. Remembering you are in a safe space, and take a deep breath into your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Take a deep breath into your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Relax your neck, your shoulders, your arms. Relax your torso, your legs, and feel that relaxation growing through all your body. Imagine roots growing from your feet deep into the earth, anchoring you safely and steadily. You are in a place where you can see from the distance to yourself and be safe. It might be full of green or next to a waterfall. It might be in your living room. Or maybe, just maybe, you are in the void. A place where there's nothing but an empty space, where you finally arrive to draw a better version of yourself. To leave behind the survival mode and to live based on your maximum potential. Now, focus on one area of survival mode in your life. See it clearly, like watching yourself in a movie. Notice how it feels in your body. Say silently, I see you. I choose to face this now. Visualize you holding that fear in your hands. Look at it with curiosity, without judgment. Say, this fear is not who I am. I'm here to rewrite my history. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, imagine that fear dissolving like smoke, drifting away. Feel the weight leaving your body and say, I release this fear. I let go of survival. I choose to live. Repeat with strength. I release this fear. I let go of survival. I choose to live. Now, see yourself free, joyful, and confident. Picture your loved ones smiling with you. Visualize the version of yourself which is self-confident, inspired, risk-taker, energized, thriving, unstoppable, and declare, this is who I am becoming. I am thriving. I am unstoppable. Place your hand over your heart. Feel it beat and whisper, thank you for my life. Thank you for my strength. Thank you for my future. You are creating awareness. You are releasing. You are becoming free. You are no longer surviving. You are living. Breathe deeply. Smile gently. And when you are ready, open your eyes, ready to try.